What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City transfer video, where today we're going to be looking at 5 goalkeepers Manchester City could sign this summer. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. Remember, from June 1st I'm going to be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout June, July and August for what's going to be a very busy summer transfer window for Manchester City. I'm going to keep you guys up to date every single day here on YouTube. You don't want to miss a thing, so make sure you have subscribed. It is free. Social media links are in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video, and do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including if Ederson is to leave Man City this summer, then which goalkeeper do you think Man City should sign to replace him? So we are going to be speaking about first choice goalkeepers here. My expectation is that Ederson will be leaving Manchester City this summer. It was heavily linked with a move to Saudi Arabia last summer. They couldn't afford the transfer fee to make that move happen, and Ederson's remained at Manchester City ever since. He's not signed a new contract. He's not really mentioned anything about moving away from Manchester City, but if you read between the lines, you look to the articles, you look to the rumours, and everything seems to be pointing towards Ederson leaving Manchester City and Saudi Arabia more than likely being at that destination 12 months after he wanted that transfer move. So Manchester City have already got some things working in the pipeline should Ederson leave, and today I want to look at 5 goalkeepers that City could target in the summer transfer window. So the first player I want to speak about is Diogo Costa, the goalkeeper that's been most linked with Manchester City, the 25-year-old goalkeeper at FC Porto, who's made 32 appearances in the Portuguese top division, keeping 16 clean sheets and conceding 27 goals, is a Portuguese international and Portugal's #1 as well. He does have a release clause set at FC Porto worth 60 million euros. We're looking at 50.42 million pounds. Manchester City don't want to pay that release clause. They do want to try and negotiate that price, but I would imagine that Man City would be looking in a transfer region of around 40 odd million pounds to make this transfer happen. Diogo Costa, a really good solid goalkeeper. I thought he had a really solid campaign with Portugal last summer in the European Championships. Since then, I think a lot of people have been judging FC Porto's performances in the Europa League, in particular whenever they've taken on Premier League teams, in particular when they took on Manchester United in the last season, and of course Diogo Costa didn't really cover himself in glory, and I think a lot of fans have had some reservations about Diogo Costa. What I would say about Diogo Costa is he's a good solid goalkeeper, good with the ball at his feet, he's a good shot stopper, really good at his penalty saving as well. To me, there are much worse options out there, and you get Diogo Costa on a good deal, and Man City have earmarked him as their potential Ederson replacement, and they feel like he's a good adequate replacement for him. Then I have no problem with making this transfer happen. However, this transfer isn't 100% guaranteed, which is why I want to have a look at other targets as well, but Diogo Costa very much right now looking like the goalkeeper that City would be targeting. So another goalkeeper that City could potentially target is Gregor Kobel, a 27-year-old Swiss goalkeeper at Borussia Dortmund. Now, he's made 32 appearances with 7 clean sheets and conceded 47 times with Dortmund this season. He stands in at a whopping massive 6'5". He's a huge goalkeeper, good with his feet, he's a good shot stopper. Not too sure on the price. I know Newcastle are also keen on signing Kobel from Dortmund as well. Manchester City's name not really being mentioned, but for me I thought worthy of mentioning in this video, and a definite outsider that may be a goalkeeper to keep an eye on. Just 27 years old, it's young for a goalkeeper, because let's not forget goalkeepers can play 35 through to 40 years old, so they can play at a high level for a long time, and bringing a 27-year-old goalkeeper in, you could still have that goalkeeper for a good 5 to 10 years. So I just thought it was worthwhile mentioning Kobel. Now, another goalkeeper, and I know you guys are really keen on this goalkeeper, is Chevalier, the 23-year-old goalkeeper at Lille. He's made 34 appearances in Liga 1 so far in the season, with 11 clean sheets, conceding 36 times, believed to be available for around 34 million pounds. There is a lot of interest around Europe in the French goalkeeper. Aston Villa are the team that are most interested in signing Chevalier, but with them not making Champions League football for next season, I don't know if that would have an influence. But if City are looking at a high quality Champions League experienced young goalkeeper, Chevalier would be a really good choice for a goalkeeper, available for a good price as well. I'm amazed Man City aren't being linked more with him because he is a high quality goalkeeper. Now, another goalkeeper I want to speak about is Bart Verbruggen, the 22-year-old Dutch goalkeeper at Brighton. Premier League experience could be quite crucial. 35 appearances with 7 clean sheets and conceded 57 times in the Premier League. Again, not 100% on a price that Brighton would be looking for, but we do know from past transfers that City have targeted from players from Brighton that they drive a really hard bargain. But he is a high quality goalkeeper who has that Premier League experience, and if Ederson does end up leaving Man City, I can imagine Man City's name being put out there for Bart Verbruggen, and I can imagine other Premier League clubs potentially being interested, maybe even clubs across the globe as well. Now, another goalkeeper, and this was a goalkeeper that we were heavily linked with last summer should Ederson have left, and his name's not really gone away, is Maignan, goalkeeper at AC Milan. He does turn 30 next month, so he's a French goalkeeper, plays for AC Milan. AC Milan, of course, don't have Champions League football for next season, so if any Champions League club comes in for them players, then I imagine they would consider it, hence the heavy links that we're seeing with Tijani Reinders at AC Milan, their central midfielder. Anyway, Maignan's made the 36 appearances in Serie A so far this season with 12 clean sheets and conceded 41 times. He's an experienced, good, solid goalkeeper. Good with his feet, good with his shot stopping. Probably wouldn't cost that much either due to the fact that he's 30 years old, and also his contract does expire next summer, so 12 months left on his contract makes this deal a very plausible deal should Man City want to go down that route. And I wouldn't rule out Maignan being the goalkeeper that Man City do want to target heading into the summer transfer window, but definitely a player worth keeping our eye on. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be thinking about backup goalkeepers, and should Stefan Ortega-Moreno leave Manchester City as well, which goalkeeper would City be targeting for backup goalkeepers? It's quite hard to judge on backup goalkeepers. It's easier to predict when it comes to first choice keepers rather than backup keepers, because Man City may be looking for an upcoming prospect. They may be looking for a very experienced goalkeeper who's near the latter parts of their career. They may be looking for a high quality, unheard of name. They might be looking for somebody who's incredibly underrated. They might be looking at somebody who's incredibly overrated. There's so much variation, it's very difficult to have a look at. But one goalkeeper I did want to speak about, who I think Man City should be targeting, whether that be Ederson and or Ortega leaving, is Joan Garcia, the goalkeeper at Espanyol. Now, for me, Joan Garcia would be a perfect number 2 at Manchester City to learn and be a potential understudy to take over as a potential first choice goalkeeper if we do choose to make a move for a more experienced goalkeeper at the club. So Joan Garcia, a 24-year-old Spanish goalkeeper at Espanyol. There's lots of interest from around Europe in Joan Garcia, a quality young goalkeeper standing in an impressive 6'3", plays well with his feet, a really good shot stopper, a good solid goalkeeper. 37 appearances in La Liga, 7 clean sheets, conceded 51 times. Do remember he plays for Espanyol. Don't that put you off making you think that he's a bad goalkeeper? He isn't a bad goalkeeper. He's a really good goalkeeper, and he's done really well in helping Espanyol this season. He's got a release clause at just 25 million euros. We're looking at 21 million pounds, a really affordable option here. And if Stefan Ortega does want to leave him, we're looking at a high quality, competitive number 2 goalkeeper. Joan Garcia would be my choice. If it's not to be him, then it could be another second choice. Do let me know that as well in the comments below. I know Barcelona have been heavily linked with a move for Joan Garcia. Some sources are saying they're closing in on making that transfer happen. Other sources are saying that there's some distance and Barcelona actually aren't interested. So read between the lines. I don't know what to make of it. Do also keep an eye on a number 3 goalkeeper, which would be a homegrown keeper that City would need to bring in, because we still don't know, because City haven't announced their retain list, what's happening with Scott Carson. He runs on a 12-month rolling contract. He could choose this summer to say, that's me, I'm done and dusted, I want to leave Man City to retire or go to a new club. We'll have to wait and see. So if Carson does end up leaving, City would be looking at a third choice keeper. They would be looking at a homegrown goalkeeper to help take with that quota. That could come from a young goalkeeper from our academy. It could come from an experienced homegrown goalkeeper from elsewhere, probably in the English Football League. We'll have to wait and see. But there's some goalkeepers I thought worthwhile mentioning for you guys. So do let me know in the comments below if Ederson does leave, which is what my expectation is right now in the summer transfer window. Which goalkeeper should Manchester City sign? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up on the video. Do subscribe as well to my channel. Remember, daily Man City transfer updates coming from June 1st for you guys to enjoy. I will have a transfer update out later on today as well for you guys to enjoy, to keep you guys in the loop. So if you haven't already, do subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again real soon for the next one. Remember, my transfer update out later on today, so stay tuned for that. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well, and I'll be back regularly throughout the week looking at other positions and players that City could potentially be targeting. All good fun heading into a very busy 2025 summer transfer window with Manchester City. So I'll see you then. Peace. Ciao for now.